Yeah, I wonder what he's 35. My name is Kafui Day. And I'm wondering what the whole wahala is over one man promoting his own brand. So, Achami Kwame is wearing boxer briefs or whatever you want to call them. And people say, wait, Tina, what's the best comment I got was from A+. He says, why? You won't make the guy wear jalabia to promote boxers? He's wearing boxers because he's promoting boxers. More fire to you, Ochami Kwame. Wear more. Wear more. Let's build people. If you can't build people up, don't say anything, okay? It's too much. Build the guy or keep quiet. You don't even have to wear it. You don't have to see it on your timeline. Just leave the man to do his business. Look after his family and make some coins, and just be happy. Buy the briefs. Me somebody go buy some. Oh, too much wahala you got now. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. Shout outs to OK, man. The briefs are okay, please. That's my little rant for this morning. 055-556-1034. I promised you I'll give you the numbers in Chi today. I've done Dagbanli. I've done Gan. Let's go to Chi today. 055-556-1034. She enum insia, which by the way is Ocham Kwami's name, Insia. Baku she miensa enai. I always thought enai and had something to do with feet, but I was told that enai is for and nai is feet. So that's it. 055-556-1034. She enum insia baku she. I love she miensa enai. She also when they add tum to it, it becomes a whole new business, man. She tum. Anyway. It's breakfast. Okay. Let's go. Let's go through what's happening on gbcghanaonline.com, and then I'll go and have a chat with my guests. So a couple of headlines here. Who becomes Ghana's next Chief Justice? It's a big piece there you want to read about. Lewin donates wheelchairs and cash to physically challenged persons. He was on our show months back. Big ups to him. I'm sure you can't think far about this whole madness about boxers and things. Ambulance case, Atu forcing to call 9 witnesses. NEDCO disconnects institutions in Tamale over debt. Tamale is being in the news over accommodation and senior high schools, and now also, NEDCO is their ECG for the northern parts of Ghana, and they are going after people who have not paid their bills. GBC is still a true public service broadcaster. I agree with that 100%. Fijai Senior High School headmaster interdicted for charging illegal fees. DKB lashing out at Pentecost TV, calls them judgmental. Those are stories you can go check out on gbcghanaonline.com. Take charge of your destiny. Boxing sensation Freezy McBones advises Ghanaian youth. You can check out that interview that I had with him yesterday on GTV Ghana's Facebook page. He started boxing at 27. Nothing spoiled, nothing too late. 27, 27. Any more headlines for you? Social media influence is creating problems in our homes, says lawyer Ampar, who was here yesterday speaking about marriage, divorce, and settlement. Our page is really burning, if I must say so myself. GES inspects toilet facilities allegedly converted into dormitories. That's a Ghana Senior High School in Tamale. And those are a couple of headlines. Italian police find cocaine packages floating in the sea off Sicily. You're going to make the fish high. People, cocaine in the sea. The fish go high. All right, so those are a couple of headlines. Check it out, gbcghanaonline.com. I'm going to have a chat with my guests, who incidentally are students of 2 institutions that I'm proud to have attended. So on the far right, as you see it on the screen, is the SRC president of Unimac GIJ, Bismarck Owusu-Ansah. Bismarck, good morning.
Good morning.
Really good to see you. And then seated to his right is the SRC General Secretary at University of Ghana, Emanuela Boachi Yadom. Good morning.
Good morning.
Emanuela and Bismarck. What are your Ghanaian names?
I'm a Boachi.
I'm Owusu-Ansah.
Owusu-Ansah. That's all. But we'll go with what you have on your as your people know you. So Bismarck and Emanuela, good to have you here. I'll start with Bismarck. How's GIJ doing? So what's the state of GIJ right now?
Well, we are doing very well. I've always wanted this thing to happen, and I think it's happening right at the right time. So about most of the journalism students, not about, most of them are having their practicals, not sitting exams, and I'm very happy. I think next semester, we those in the public affairs and others should also have same. We are too old as a country to always be having written exams and all that, when actually what we are doing is all about practicals. So I'm so happy for my journalism students. I know what they are going through is almost hell, because I have friends and they don't sleep. But I think it's a foot in the right direction.
So when you say practicals, what do you mean?
Okay, so instead of going to sit to write an exam for about 60 marks in 2 hours, you are being sent out to go and have a documentary, go and interview people,
That's it.
Yeah, so GIJ is doing very well when it
Lovely.
comes to that. Yeah,
And this is like a new thing.
Not new, but this is massive, because
massive.
mostly the exams is written. But now I think almost all the faculties have decided that let's go practical.
Yeah.
And for the FOPAM, the Faculty of Public Relations, Advertising and Marketing also did something good. This semester, the PR students, which I'm a proud member of, went out there. Some of us traveled all the way to Suhum, and the experiences you get out there is even better than, I'm sorry to say, what we learn in the classroom. So it's like you are on the job doing what. Therefore, when you go out there, you can never fail.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're also here as a panelist, you know, expressing your views as a communicator.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy to know that things are happening in Unimac and GIJ as well. So
Our school.
yes, our school, definitely. Also, I can also say our school with her because I also went to UG. Emanuela, what's happening on campus?
Thank you, Kafui. University of Ghana is doing well. Currently, teaching has ended and students are writing exams.
Okay.
Let me say, most people are almost through. Others have 2 or more to go. And everything, let me say, a lot of things that are happening are just for excellence. And I want to use the opportunity to thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nanaba Piamfo. You know, she's a digital woman.
Yes.
And she has started the digitalization of the classrooms.
What is that? How does that plan out? What does it mean? When you say
So
classrooms are
basically,
digitalized?
it's more of modernized screens, everything that is supposed to happen for students to have a conducive environment. So even though if a lecturer is unable to come to class and wants to go on Zoom, students can convey in that class, watch lecture on Zoom, ask questions and participate.
Nice.
Yes, so I think Keyabuza lecture room has been renovated into that, and others keep on coming.
Okay.
So out there, if any stakeholder wants to involve us, we will be grateful
Okay.
and have them on board.
All right. What are you studying, by the way?
I'm doing degree in midwifery.
Okay. Oh, wow. You're going to be catching
And
babies.
midwife, so yeah. I've been catching them.
You've been catching
already.
babies already? What was it like to catch the first baby ever? Your first ever baby? What was it like?
It was a beautiful experience. The fact that you feel the baby saw you first. Yes, it's a beautiful experience. And there was no complication, so
Okay.
yeah.
Was it a boy or a girl?
That was a baby boy.
Did he scream?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. What was it like holding that baby?
You know, I had imagined before getting there. So the whole thing was like an achieved dream. It was a good experience. And you know, they are very soft with that skin and all that.
No, I've never caught a baby
You've
at that
never,
level before. You know?
But your wife has not delivered.
No, she has, but I didn't catch the baby.
You didn't catch the,
Yeah,
but you
fresh.
saw the baby.
Oh yes, after they
Okay.
cleaned him up and everything. Yeah.
It's a good experience
It is,
with
eh?
the blood, everything on. Everything is so good.
Wow. And when you
And
handed the
beautiful.
baby over to the mother, what was the look on her face like?
So at that time, you hand over.
Oh,
Maybe the best you can do is to put the baby on mommy's tummy.
Okay.
We call it kangaroo mother care.
Okay.
Yes. Then when things are done, after cutting the cord, then we see baby stabilized, then we give baby to mommy.
Okay. Was she screaming before the baby came out?
And my client was a bit cooperative. You know, she had given birth already. So I think she had 3 babies already. So this was her 4th one. It wasn't new. And you know, for them, they don't really scream like the primates who are yet to deliver. They've not experienced the whole show before.
Okay.
But she had gone through
So
several.
no need to scream.
It wasn't so much. Even though you could feel she's in pain, it wasn't so much of a drama. Yes.
How
let me
loud
say that.
do the first time mothers scream?
It's another discussion for another day.
No, I want to hear
you know,
what it sounds like.
Oh, how it sounds like. You want me to make the noise?
Yeah, I just want to hear it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you see, it's dependent on the individual. People have different pain threshold, and others feel like it's unbearable. Let me scream.
So
Some
can
feel
somebody
that.
do But they're in pain.
Exactly, yes.
They're in
A
pain.
lot of them, especially the multip. When we say multip, we're talking about those who have delivered before. Yes, they have done it, and sometimes they claim as they progress, as the pain keep on reducing. But for someone who is a primate, I mean, apart from the normal physiology, it's more like that is the first time the place is opening up. So the pain cannot be compared to. Are you getting me?
I want to hear the sound.
So you get some of them screaming, "Eradijeme," like you see those things. Some of them pray, others will just be crying like babies, and majority will just be doing You see extreme pain, and you could see that.
But you don't hear, you
That
don't hear
is
things
when
like
baby's head is coming.
that. When baby's,
Yes.
I want to
And
hear it, like, true.
Oh, but I have not delivered before.
Yeah, you heard it.
Yes, you just did it.
I just did it.
Yes, you just did it. Yeah. It's like the world is coming to an end. What am I feeling? Yes, and that is mostly associated with the primates.
Okay.
It's her first day end.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Shout out to all the mamas. And then they insult the husbands, eh? Do they insult them?
Oh, I've seen only once. It doesn't really happen.
What did she call him?
Okay, so the person was a guy, so I didn't understand. It was later I asked, and they were like, "Oh, she was insulting the husband." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Go here. Oh, mommies, we love you. We love you. That pain, I hear that pain, Charlie. You can't experience, you can't describe it if you haven't felt it. But shout out to all the mummies who are doing the great stuff and bringing the new generation into the world. So we've got a midwifery student and then we've got a communicator in the house. I love the perspectives. Let me run through the headlines. And but is there anything else on your mind that you want to talk about in the news, possibly, that or you want to hit the headlines first? What's in the news that you've been following?
I think yesterday I took time
Yes.
to just go through Twitter, aside the football and all that. I mean, Chelsea brothers, well, that's where you belong to. So I mean,
You are a Chelsea guy.
no, I'm a United, proud United guy. So I saw this post where Ochami Kwame has worn this boxer shorts.
Yes.
And
Please bring the picture up again.
to me, it's normal.
Yeah.
He cannot do it in any other form than just that. He's advertising the boxer shorts.
Yes.
So he has to be in boxers.
That's it.
And he doesn't have my type of body. He is a bit built and
gone
all
to the
that.
gym.
So I mean, it's normal. When I saw, I was like, oh, but come on, this is not any big thing. We see other stars do it.
Yeah.
Ronaldo and other guys do it. So why can't we? I mean, appreciate. We should actually be pushing him to retweeting and all that, so that people will buy. I think when they buy, he will definitely get something. And he's a very good man. He came to my school and he helped some students and all that. So I mean, if the money goes there, he brings it to my school or any other school or help the youth. That's so brilliant.
Well done.
So we shouldn't be, pulling ourselves down.
Why do you think Ghanaians tend to, I don't know whether it's other countries, I'm only familiar with what is happening here, but this pulling down seems to be too much, man. When
No,
you're doing
it's
something-
human nature.
It's human nature.
It's not just Ghanaian, it's human nature.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you do not have a problem, but someone would like to have a problem with you.
And how do you deal with people like that?
Just this morning, there's a boat driver. I don't know. I came out from the room, and I entered my boat, and I was going. He was like, "You've called me." I was like, "Boss,
What?
I'm not the one." He said, "You are the one." So the guy was like, "Okay, let's call." I was surprised, and I was laughing. I was like, "I leave Wednesday morning. I mean, Wednesday morning. Come on, why are you doing this to me?" And people were there. So I was like, whatever you are going through, take it easy.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it. Then I sat in mine and I came.
That's it. That's a nice one. Beautiful Christmas. Emmanuel, anything on your mind that you want to just let off your chest? Just give an opportunity for you to just speak about stuff that you want to, bring to people's attention in the news.
Okay, I think mine would be hovering around the new Chief Justice appointments and things.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why it's getting Ghanaians talking.
Yeah.
Is it because it's a female and
This would be the third. I mean,
third
if
time?
she's-
Yes,
yeah,
I
this would
know.
be the third.
Yes, and I'm yet to know their views. Why we think probably it shouldn't be her, because I think that if it is about capabilities, it lies in men and women both, and this is not something that is gender specific. And I'm not even talking from the feminist view.
Yeah.
I think if leadership has seen that she has the ability to and the credentials are right, why shouldn't we embrace that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just waiting for the comment and then I'll familiarize myself with how it's going.
Alrighty. So my guests are here, Emanuela and Bismarck from UG and Unimac GIJ respectively. Looking at the headlines, and by way of headlines, here they are. Daily Graphic leads with Boku conflict, government preoccupation as Samoa Boateng assures factions. He was in our news this morning. Flood early warning system for Accra completed, says Minister for Works and Housing, Francis Asensu Boache. And more headlines for us. Okay, power supply issues on back page of today's graphic. Ghanaian Times, woman 35 grabbed at Kotoka International Airport over alleged smuggling of over $300,000 worth of cocaine. Okay. 39-year-old woman. $132 million needed to fight HIV annually in Ghana, says Dr. Ijahini. Public Accounts Committee to surcharge public institutions for violating procurement law. 16.9% of urban residents live in metal containers, wooden and kiosk structures. Wow. That's almost 1 in 5 living in containers, wooden structures, kiosks. Whole market traders demonstrate against the municipal chief executive. That's the back page of today's Ghanaian Times. There are some issues with the MCE there. The Finder, work begins on vaccine factory. 600 million vaccine doses a year, that's the capacity. Ioko seizes 95 luxury cars suspected to be stolen. 2023 BEC starts on August 7th, says WAEC, West African Exams Council. And Tema oil refinery workers are going to go on industrial action. The publisher, IGP, tells NDC MPP, keep police out of your politics. And headmaster sacked for taking illegal fees. That's a wide range of issues. I'm going to start with the Bismarck. Which of these headlines are on your mind this morning?
The vaccine.
The vaccine story?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me read a little bit of that. We had a news story on it today in our news. If you can bring it up, that would be really exciting. Let me see. So the Finder has a story on this vaccine issue. So vaccines. Find the story. Yeah. So it's basically capacity is 600 million vaccine doses a year. The president launched it yesterday. It's DK Vaccines Limited. You probably see pictures. You can see pictures of the president launching that particular factory yesterday. So there are a group of companies who form the consortium that make up this company. So Dan Adams, NS Chemist, and Kina Pharma. So that explains the DEK. Dan Adams, NS, Kina Pharma. So it's Ghanaian. It's the second facility in West Africa. When it's completed, it will be the second for West Africa. Capacity of 600 million doses a year. The investment is $122 million. So the seed fund is coming from the EU, 5 million euros. And you're going to have malaria, HPV, and polio vaccines to be created there in that, And just give a little bit of context. Africa needs 1.5 billion doses of vaccines each year. This one will create 600 million. So that's quite impressive. That's about 40% of the capacity. There are fewer than 10 African manufacturers of vaccines on this continent. And so this is great. And currently, Ghana imports 99% of all our vaccines. So there's a 10-year roadmap for this particular project. And you want to talk about it?
Yeah. When I saw the news, the first thing that came to my mind was employment for us. And you just mentioned we import, did you say
99%?
So it will reduce definitely. All this importation and all that, it affects our economy. Now we have a lot of students who have graduated out there looking for jobs. So just this factory can employ a whole lot of people from PR to organizers sector, which is the health, to accountants and all that. So I'm very happy we are doing something like that. And this is the second in West Africa. Yeah, it's a milestone for us to even celebrate. We should have more of these men, I mean, great men coming together, bringing up factories. I believe we as citizens should also put in our efforts to help the government when it comes to bringing up these factories and all that. I may not know who will be there to work as an employee or all that, but I'm just happy we have something like that in the country. I'm just happy because year in, out and day in, we import vaccines, as I said earlier. So this time around, the importation will be reduced. We are going to get our students or our graduates out there to get some work to do, and it is a Ghanaian-owned factory. That's the most important thing. So the money, I think, will circulate in the economy, and that's good for us. I mean, and the next one I'd like to touch on is the Boko issue. The
conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daily Graphic.
Yeah. We are taking too much of our people out of the system.
Okay. So the Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, says everything will be done to prevent escalation of this conflict, which has been simmering for a long time. They're focusing on getting a long-lasting solution for the issue. It was in our news today as well, and so he's urging all interested parties to come to the table with their grievances, not to take entrenched positions. I mean, these are basic security conflict resolution principles, but the thing is not the talking, it's the doing. It's the doing, isn't it?
See, what comes to mind now is human life. I mean, an innocent child may be affected, or not maybe will be affected due to this Boko complaint. He or she may not be allowed to go to school. Maybe he belongs to a particular fashion, or he's a descendant of a particular fashion. He's going to school and he dies on the way. You see, I think we should find ways, as the minister is saying, to sort all these issues out. When I've never been in a war zone, but what goes on in a war zone, from what I've read and what I've watched, is too huge for humanity to carry. And this is just Boko. I don't know. I think it started again this year. How many lives have we lost in this particular conflict? A lot. We could have lost the next Kwame Nkrumah or the next Akufo-Addo in this particular conflict. We could have lost someone who is going to, put Ghana out there like our musicians are doing, like our people are doing, like yourself you are doing out there because of issues that we can sit down
and talk over
right, as human beings.
Okay.
So whatever they have to do, they should.
Okay.
I wouldn't like to live in such a zone where I can't come out from my house to do what I want to do.
Yeah, and teachers and nurses, when they give them postings there,
they will reject
because they're afraid. Yeah,
yes,
and it's normal.
Yeah,
you don't want to go to work
and
die from a stray bullet.
If I'm to send you to a war zone to just stay there, not do anything. Would you like to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go wear my helmet and.
So we should sit and talk as a country.
Sit and talk.
Yes.
All right. So that's Bismarck from JIJ saying, listen, this sit and talk. Boko is on his mind, and then the issue of vaccines, the fact that it's a Ghanaian venture. And it will help save money. Currently we are reporting 99%. I really love the way Finder does their stories. They really give you lots of facts, and it's very readable. So you can see bite-sized chunks of facts. Look for today's Finder and grab a copy and read about this particular issue. Emanuela, do you want to respond to whatever he said, or other things on your mind that you'd like us to speak about?
Oh, I think he has done justice to them. I realize there is a headmaster charged in illegal.
Let me read a little bit of that for you. So the publisher, it was on our page, it was on our Facebook, our website, gbcghanaonline.com, and I just want to read a little bit of that story for you. So page 2 of the publisher, Kenneth Agbomadze, headmaster of Fijai Senior High School, Western Region, interdicted with immediate effect. According to the Ghana Education Service, he was interdicted for allegedly collecting illegal fees. So he's to hand over the administration of the school to the Western Regional Director of Education, and the investigative committee has been given 2 weeks to submit its report to management. So those are the details of that story. Yes. What interests you about this one?
I think This is not the first time we are hearing of illegal fees being charged. And the question that comes to mind is, are there laid down procedures or guidelines to the amount of fees that should be charged? You know, UG was in the news like that.
Yes,
we
remind us, yes.
We probed, we got to Parliament, and GTEC now says what they brought out was ambiguous.
What was the
And
issue
so-
at UG?
Oh, the issue was that UG has charged over 15%. And initially we were made to believe so. Then we got to Parliament and we realized the letter they presented, it was too ambiguous.
Who's that?
That
Who represented
GTEC.
GTEC?
So GTEC admitted that the letter they presented was too ambiguous. And for us as student leaders, the only thing we could do was to plead, because initially we felt it had gone overboard. And so we want to just go for justice. So I think things should be cleared out. What is the criteria? How much? How can we be on the known that, hey, Ghanaians, this is the fees charge?
Okay.
If someone is charging overboard, it's called illegal.
And so
Because
the
like
Ghana
this is
Tertiary
alleged, right?
Education Commission, they are GTEC.
Yeah,
They are the ones who are
GTEC.
supposed to regularize these.
I don't know for this particular one, but for us as tertiary institutions, they are responsible for that. Because this is alleged, right?
Yes.
If you're not careful, the next time we hear in the news, it has been reversed. It wasn't so. Because people really took UG on. For us, it was, even the 15% was expensive, and we pleaded with management. And I learned they said they are going to look at it again. Notwithstanding, I feel it could have been dealt in a better way. If we know and things are not ambiguous like it ended up to, this is the charge, everyone should know. Then, if I'm charged this way, I'll be able to tell that it's illegal or not.
Yep.
Because this issue of alleged charging and whatever, I think we should wait for the final details before we realize everything is converted back that it wasn't so.
Exactly.
Yes, and
So
I think it should be regularized.
we need to be clear.
This is it. We need to be clear.
Okay. Did you have issues with fees that were not clear about at GLA?
Our own was an internal issue. Management hadn't released any communique, but I don't know where it was coming from. One of the students, you know, we do a lot of politics in our school, so that was my first test actually. So they came out with about 50% increments, and I was like, whoa! I woke up. I mean, one of my guys called me. He was like, they are going to increase fees from 2,000 to 4,000. I was like, oh,
That's 100%.
yeah,
man.
so this is a test to myself and my executives. Then we sat down, took the documents, read, and got to know that GTEC says it should be 15%. So we placed on warriors and we went. I mean, the first meeting we had with management was about this fees increment and all that. And all my executives were with us. I mean, with the student, that we cannot pay something more than what GTEC is recommending we should pay. We actually went to management and it was like, no, we've not done that and we've not even decided. So since you guys are here, let's talk about it. Management, if they really wanted to increase, they didn't increase. They brought it to the normal fees that we were supposed to charge. And that's something GTEC did very well. I think they sent a notice out there, 15% increase. Nothing more, nothing less. So GES, who is in charge of secondary schools, should also let us have something like that, just as Emanuela is saying. If everybody knows that I'm supposed to pay maybe an amount of 1,000 cedis, I wouldn't go there and pay 1,100 cedis because a headmaster or a headmistress says I should pay 1,100 cedis. And yesterday I saw a post of this on my WUCOM's status. She was like, what if there's a person's image out there, his name, his reputation, we are taking his job from him for some time. So why can't we as people do the background check to see that he had really charged this amount of fees before all these things come? And I say this sometimes are politics, in-house politics. Someone also wants to get there. Therefore, let's put it out there. But his image is on the line.
Yes.
If he's cleared of all these charges,
Yeah.
he still has his name on the internet
Exactly.
as sorry to say a corrupt being or something. So I think we should, as a country, have laid down policies. If I'm going to school and I know I'm supposed to pay 1,000 cedis, I don't think Emanuela will like to pay. Will you like to pay more than that? Yeah, so I
Want
don't
to pay
think.
less, man. Everybody wants to pay
I don't
less.
think so. As Emanuela is saying, we should know. We should know. I mean, GTech has done it 15% increment. So if there's any other increment for from GS or something, it should be out there. Let the people know. And it happens in almost or most of the secondary schools. You go and some of them are charging more than they are supposed to charge. It happens.
Yeah.
But maybe this is the first case. Maybe this is the first case. But this is not the first time I'm hearing this. So GS should come out with a regulation, if possible, the threshold for the fees and all that. Then we know that this is the amount of money we are paying. Either than that, I mean, they will just calabule us around.
No, we don't want that.
No,
We don't want that.
See,
All right, Emmanuel, go ahead.
even on that, I just want to say that sometimes I'm tempted to think that what goes into this whole decision, because when the 15% was agreed on, when you come to UG, get maybe a nursing student who is a fee paying student paying close to maybe 9,000 or 8,000 something, and I hear some medical students are paying 10,000, and this is just,
that's a lot of money.
it's too much. It's too much. Even though the university needs money, the universities needs money. I think that there should be criteria that really brings the solution than pulling it from the normal students. Yes, I don't blame the universities, and I'm not blaming government too. I'm just thinking that there could be procedures. There could be a lot of avenues we could check out to see that if we employ the strategy, we may end up having this. Because sincerely, some people are paying too much fees, and like sincerely, we don't have.
It's a big problem on campus, right?
It is. People are, like you were saying, people are doing one share. What it means is that they don't eat in the morning, just take lunch and that is it. Some people also say now they don't eat because it's breakfast or lunch. They eat when they feel like fainting.
Hey,
yes,
it's gone to that level.
Yeah, sometimes
when
it
you
looks
feel like
funny.
fainting.
It looks funny, but that is the real situation people are going through.
Wow.
Because if I should follow the breakfast lunch supper, my money will not be up.
No.
So when
As a
I feel like
student,
I'm a bit dizzy, then let me get something to eat. And this is because some students are taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
And you realize that sometimes even the scholarships are not really coming through. I really thank those stakeholders and government sometimes for bringing those schemes, but it gets to some situation, the regular students are suffering. And
Eat when you feel like fainting.
not when you feel like eating
Not
anymore.
when you feel like eating.
That is for the DBs.
Yeah. So it's
That
not, my nutritionist Fozia was saying that, you should have breakfast between 6 and 8, lunch between 12 and 1, and supper between 5 and 6:30.
And how many people are able to observe that? It depends on your pockets. It's not a matter of you following what is good. Because sincerely, if the person is on campus and he doesn't have enough money, probably everything has been put into fees or other important deals to do. And then, how do you want me to eat?
Right.
No.
Oh, so what's the economy like on campus? Do you have people students doing business, selling things to make extra money? Let's start with UG
A
first.
lot.
What are the kind of businesses that if I were a student, I would want to be thinking about doing? What are the popular businesses on campus?
So you see, those who are strategic about a lot of things, you realize that Legon is a whole community on its own. And it's full of ladies, it's full of men. And it's a fashion ground. Others want to tow the fashion line, sell bags, heels and things. Like the boxers saga and all. Yes. People are selling
Tell me
them.
to land there.
I'm not saying.
Shall we call
Yes.
it free business advice, man? Storm the place.
But
How many students on campus?
let me say undergrad 60,000.
Aye.
Yes.
They all wear Pluto.
Yeah. and you see, it's not just
Hopefully.
about students. People trooping, others are coming in for business. That is even for undergrads.
Okay.
Yes.
So
And-
fashion.
yes. And I think that students are doing a good job when it comes to entrepreneurship these days.
Okay.
And that is why some of us as SRC, we focus on entrepreneurship summits and those things. Because we are even told to toe the entrepreneurship line because there are no jobs.
Yeah.
So you see students trying to earn something apart from what parents are given.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the fashion items, do people do hair, braiding and
Yes,
things?
a lot. And the ladies will agree now that the wigs are going for 2,000 and 1,500 and those things.
People can afford their fees and they are buying wigs.
You see, I don't know how to put it, but wherever they get that money from, we don't know.
Wow.
I get, and
Yeah.
some people even feel that life should be balanced. I pay my fees, I look good.
Okay.
And
All right.
others would want to go empty stomach and still look good. Others will just want to look anyhow and be filled in their tummy. So that is individual preference.
Okay.
Let's not even take it to education in Ghana. Are we not saying the economy is high?
Yeah, people
But
are
are
so
people
flexing.
not buying cars and all that? Are people not going to visit expensive restaurants, buying the foods that could be cooked in homes for, I mean, pesos and all that? Yes, so it's individual preference, but we cannot overlook the fact that things are hard
Things are
on
hard.
campus as
Okay.
students.
All right.
Yes.
What's the situation like at GIJ?
It's the same. It's the same at GIJ. But students are really trying their best. There's this particular student. When I heard the story, I was so touched. He's a security personnel at night and a student during the day.
Nice.
And he's brilliant.
Nice.
Extra brilliant. When I heard it, I was like, oh, really? And the story was coming from a friend who I really trust that he will not tell me a lie or something. So I was surprised. I was like, wow.
Where does he do the security work? Outside of campus?
Yes.
Okay.
But during the day, and the friend made a joke. He says the guy sleeps only on Wednesdays. That is off day. So that Wednesday he sleeps
dedicates it
the
for sleep.
whole day. But a lot of students are trying. As she's saying, if you come to GNG, people selling cloth and all that. Other students trying to set up their own online
Businesses.
media and all that. Ivan Sajikacha, I recommend him any day, anytime. It's good when if it's not about exams or any other project, he's always updating his websites and all that. Students are trying. This particular semester, SLC had to pay fees for about 15 students. Yeah, we did. We had to, and even after that, we had to go seek amnesty for students. So we should tell you that students are really suffering. Yesterday I did 2. I ate twice. That
Is it 02011
Yeah.
or 101?
I think for me, I don't know. I've adopted. I don't know why, but I mostly miss breakfast, which I know is very bad.
You skip breakfast?
Yeah,
Okay.
I skip it.
So today you have not had breakfast?
No.
When will your first meal happen?
I'm on the move when.
You're on the move?
Yeah.
Is that a meal?
So I did 2. The last one was when I was about to go to bed, and I was like, oh, so I've eaten once for the whole day. Then I had to call one of my female friends to, and they are really our female friends. We love you so much. They are really.
Okay, we have to investigate this.
No.
issue.
They are
So
really-
you're like, oh, okay.
They are really helping.
They are cooking for you guys.
Of
Are
course.
you giving them job money?
I mean, sometimes when we are students, but we definitely get small gigs out there. So when we get the Charlie, take this and all that.
But this is good because you see, you can actually tell your followers that listen, you're not only me too. I'm hustling. I'm the president, and I only eat 2
Oh
times
yes,
a day.
actually the
So it's
SLC
like leadership by
executives,
example,
the
right?
SLC executive
Yeah.
are hustling more than most of the students. Look, you get to campus and everybody feels their SLC juices in your pocket at that moment. Is it not the same
It's
as
the
UG?
same.
They think they're chopping the money.
Yeah, I go to the cafeteria and I have a bill to pay. To the extent that there's one woman over there, she sometimes stops them. That he's also a student. I mean, he's not working.
And they want you to pay for their meals.
They go in the name of.
They eat in your account.
Yes, so
Without bringing any letter or no authorization.
No. We are really suffering. I mean,
Guys!
I know. You see, sometimes,
I want to talk to the students. Listen, guys, stop that.
but
So,
it's good.
Let me talk to them.
Oh no, they also help us.
let me talk to them. Let me tell you can do with them. Please don't eat into the president's account. Because if money is lost or swerved, you are the very people who make these people's lives miserable. You tarnish their reputations. Don't eat into the man's account. At least let the man know that you're going to buy something from. Yeah, please. It's only fair. Now go ahead.
Yeah, but my organizing secretary was saying that after our 4 years, we should dedicate our degree to some of our students. I mean, there are students we can knock on their door as late or as early as 2 a.m. and they are willing to help you. So you see, the students have that kind of support for each other.
All right.
And we recommend our friends' job and all that on our platforms and all that. So
Okay.
students are really suffering.
Students are
actually.
suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, life is like that sometimes. You suffer to gain.
Yeah.
Look at the story of Freezy McBones.
Yeah.
He was a Mason and now he's a boxer.
Yeah.
You're following that story?
I heard.
You heard about him, You followed
Yeah,
it?
I mean, I like I love sports.
Okay.
So I mean, when I saw, it's like, oh, this is a big inspiration. And he gave an advice. I think most of the Ghanaians would like to take this advice. When I saw that story, I asked a couple of friends, if you get a chance to leave the country, will you leave? They were like, don't even ask us. We want to go. I mean, they want to leave. Everybody wants to leave. So a friend of mine who came to me was like, you see, McCoy, I've been telling you always that we have to leave this country. The guy left. He was a Mason here. He left and he's a boxer over there. I'm like, guy, relax. I mean, so that's a big inspiration for all of us. I mean, we should try. I mean, whatever you have in mind, just push. Today he has the title. We will support him whenever. I mean,
100%.
Yeah.
Would you like to travel abroad and go and catch babies there?
Yeah.
I want to train there and
Want to train
bring
abroad?
the
And bring the
skills to
knowledge back.
Ghana. Yes.
Okay.
I
Any
want to
particular
do
area
that.
you'd like to go to?
Oh, I'm praying and hoping for Canada.
Canada.
And I want to venture into the waterbirth whole thing.
What is waterbirth?
So waterbirth generally is unlike the normal delivery process where the woman is on couch and has to scream and all those things. This one is in water. The woman is situated at that moment.
The woman is sitting in a
The
bath or what?
Yes. So you create maybe a pool.
Okay.
Yes, you create a pool. So those videos we've learned about, you see them create a pool, the midwife creates a pool, the medication and everything is set, and the woman is in there, you are timing contraction, and when time is, you deliver baby. And it requires a lot of skills because when baby takes the first breath in water, baby might die.
Exactly. I'm thinking, don't drown this baby.
I've never had anyone who lost the baby through water birth.
What is the
It
idea
means-
of giving birth in water? Is it like because there's water in the sack? And then
No.
What is the idea?
So I think when you read stories about that, you realize that it's more relaxing. And for those I've seen, most of them do not end up getting tears. So, Coffee, when you see a normal woman on the couch, you know, sometimes because of the condition and everything, they end up getting tears.
Vaginal tears.
Vaginal tears.
Okay.
Some even goes to the turn of getting cervical tears, depending on how bad it is.
Okay.
Yes, and some think that, especially for those having macrosomic babies, like big babies, and the vaginal canal is not that big.
What do you call the baby? What?
Macrosomic.
Macrosomic. Big head.
Yes. Not necessarily big head, a big baby.
Big
the baby
baby.
is bigger than the average
average,
baby.
yeah.
Okay. What's an average size of a baby?
Okay, let me say 2.5
Kilos.
But now I don't know if it's because of the food we are eating. You get a lot of 3 points. Some even come at 4.7.
You caught a 4 kilo baby.
4.2.
What? You need to
Yes.
go to the gym to catch a baby like that.
Yes.
Is it boys who are tending to be bigger?
Not necessarily. It could be
Could
any.
be girls too. Okay. And do they slim down after they grow?
So that
they
one
become
has not
big again?
followed this.
They don't follow them.
You know, the environment will determine. But Coffee, on the bit about the way people see leadership, you see, even in Ghana, averagely, it looks like when you have a leadership position, when we see our ministers, we want to take money from
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
because it's assumed that the taxes are in their pockets, and it's reflecting on campus.
The same, man.
People meet you and they feel like their dues are in your pocket, and I think it should be changed.
And what's the highest amount somebody has asked you for because you're a leader?
Oh, okay. So for that one, sincerely, if the amount is high, mostly it's related to fees. Maybe I've not paid my fees, and that is hovering around 2,000.
Okay.
And sometimes, in real cases, you don't have
Yeah. What's the strangest request you've had from a student?
in terms of monetary.
Yeah.
I think for that story, even it was a genuine one. So I had to let him visit another person who could be of help. The person needed, I think, 2,000 to cater for fees.
Okay.
Yes, and that was genuine because we probed into the matter. It was genuine. I'm talking about averagely when you enter into maybe a mall and there's a student want you to pay
They
for
want
it.
you to pay for them.
Yeah.
Why are they in the mall without money?
But you see, I'm not talking about maybe going outside more. This is not what every student do. Let me disclaim
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But some people want to. And that is the mentality of a lot of people in Ghana. And I think that it shouldn't be. Because the fact that the person is a parliamentarian doesn't mean your money is in the person's pocket. And like you said, if we end up taking more than, we may push the person to take our money.
Yep.
And when the issues come up, we are the first people to complain.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not saying leaders, when your followers take money from you, go and embezzle funds. It should never happen.
Yeah, but they're putting pressure on you because they're making you into an ATM.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you don't have, it should be as plain as possible.
Simple and
If
sweet.
you have to, you give.
Okay.
Yes.
Do any of you drive? You drive.
I do.
I know
drive.
how to drive,
You
but
know
I
how
don't
to
have
drive,
a
but you
car.
haven't gone on the road yet. Thank God. Let's talk about cars. Some luxury cars that are making a lot of news this morning. So I'm going to go to my screen right now and read. So this is a message from IOCO. IOCO is Economic and Organized Crime Office, and they say, for the information of the general public, that a couple of vehicles have been frozen. This one is not Freezy McBones again. This is freezing the cars by the executive director of IOCO and confirmed by the High Court. Anybody who is in possession of any of the vehicles is hereby requested to report with the said vehicles and all necessary documents to IOCO not later than 3rd of May. Okay, so 2 days after the holiday. Kindly note that after 3rd May 2023, IOCO will take steps to have those vehicles confiscated in order with the law. So they have dealerships, and they have the vehicles. They've got the chassis numbers. I'm just going through the kind of vehicles that we have here. So we've got, there's a Ford Explorer there. There's a Mercedes S560, Mercedes Maybach. That's a high-end Audi Q8, Land Rover, Range Rover, Mercedes. There's more. It's like 95 vehicles. And IOCO is really interested in these vehicles because the whole story is about possible issues of stolen vehicles coming from North America. So more you have them, Charlie, big cars in town. BMW X5 right there. More Mercedes. Mercedes seems to be the car of Africans who want to flex.
Benz.
Mercedes GLC, AMG, GT. You've got S-Class, E-Class, Bentley. There's a Bentley in the town. Bentley Continental, Cadillac Escalade, Audi Q8, Dodge Ram 1500. You've got a Jeep there. You've got an Audi there, Land Rover. There's more. And you have all the dealerships there. Just go online, you see the Lexus Honda Pilot, it's a big one, 8-seater. Lexus E335, Toyota RAV4, that's a regular one, you know. BMW X5s, you've got Cadillacs, you've got just 95 Mercedes G-Wagon there, you've got and all the companies that have brought these vehicles in, they've been listed. There's a Porsche there, a sports car, Porsche Macan. Another one, Porsche Panamera. You've got a Chrysler there. You've got some Infiniti doing its own thing there. Toyota Tacoma, one of those big beasts. BMW X7, serious horsepower. There's more. It's a big list. Big list. Then you've got your Dodges, you've got your CX-9s, Mazdas, Maserati, Levante. All right. Nice one. Even the name will tell you that Charlie did not be small car. Yeah. So these are the lists. This is the list of vehicles issued by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, 18th April, which was just yesterday. If these vehicles are in your possession, you need to report to IOCO by the 3rd of May. There's a story in today's Finder about these particular vehicles. So there's intelligence, and intelligence these days, intelligence-led is a popular phrase. You know, the police are talking about intelligence-led military. Now, IOCO too says intelligence-led operation by IOCO, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the FBI, United States, busting a vehicle stealing syndicate in Ghana from last year, December. So vehicles have come in from North America, USA, and Canada, and so yeah, people will be sweating right now because the details are all out there. Car business. Any thoughts? Bismarck.
Yeah, I don't know if Ella would like to, but I have a couple of guys
Who sell cars?
Yes,
Okay.
and they always tell me it's a very lucrative business.
Lucrative, huh?
Yeah. That's what I've not been.
Even with all the taxes that are going up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what they say. To me, the cars you mentioned, or the cars you mentioned over there, they are not.
No.
Yeah, no, they are not. I mean, Maserati, Bentley, and
G-Wagons and Cadillacs.
But if you want to get these vehicles, we should do them in the right way. Someone out there might even bought one of these vehicles. He doesn't know it's a stolen vehicle. So we should check where we are importing our cars from and all that. And
you see, the car companies are going to have reputation issues.
Yeah, of course.
Because they've all listed them. Yeah.
And I am a PR student, so I always talk about image, and I would like to see how their public affairs or their public relation officers will handle this particular you see, I'll follow up and see
Yeah.
how strategic they'll be about the whole issue.
You wonder how stringent our checks are at the ports, because I'm sure if you type in chassis numbers, you will know immediately. These things are all online. You can type in the chassis number and then you will know exactly even when the car was bought, when it was manufactured, where it came from. It's like these things seem to just pass through the net.
Well, someone is either sleeping or looking elsewhere for things to come in.
Sleeping or looking elsewhere. You agree?
Maybe. For me, yesterday I read in the news that last year when investigations went on, we realized that some of them were stolen, about 15 of them.
Wow.
And like he was saying, can we look at ways of maybe, yes, this is actually in the right direction, that we probe into matters like this.
Yeah.
Because you may end up buying your car thinking you've ended, and then before you realize it was a stolen car.
Done.
So I think congratulations to the body. That is a wonderful thing. They should continue doing.
Imagine you're driving your vehicle and they stop you and then through a check and they realize that the car's stolen. Quite embarrassing, huh?
Yeah.
When you start driving, what car would you like to drive?
Okay, so now I'm looking at the Mercedes Benz.
Hey, hey, madam.
She mentioned Range Rover.
It doesn't cost to dream big, right? It doesn't cost to dream big. So
but you're still in school, oh.
you said when
When you start driving. So your first car will be a Mercedes Benz.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying, but that is my dream.
Okay, but what's your first car?
If I get the Hyundai Santa Fe kind of, it's
Hey, you know what, Chacha, your dreams are high, man.
I'm dreaming big.
No, it's good. I'm not going to sit on your dreams, man. This man, what's your dream car, man?
Well, as a guy, you should definitely have a Benz in your fleet.
As a guy,
Yeah,
you
a
must
Benz.
have a guy must have a Benz.
A Benz.
Okay. I hear Benz is the only car
Is it
where
a must?
when you say you're sitting in a Benz in Chi, it's not like you ut them.
Put them, yeah, of course.
It's like you lie in the Benz. Yeah. I spoke to one man who had not one but two S classes.
Wow.
Yes, beautiful. All the cars he's bought have been Mercedes Benzes. Then he said there's a way to sit in an S class. Of course, I had to listen to him because the man he was surrounded by Mercedes Benz, and I saw his two S classes. He says when you sit in an S class, first of all, you don't sit in the front. You have to be driven.
Okay.
So somebody has to drive you. You have to be at the back. And when you're at the back, you don't smile. You don't look too happy because you're annoying people. So you've got
Already.
you shouldn't look like the whole world belongs to you. You should just have a kind of serious face and you're in the back of your S class with them. So think about that when you're thinking of your Benz.
I mean,
Yeah. Bismarck on the S class one here in some time to come. All right, messages 055-556-1034. She enum Nsia Bako She Miensa and 9. My question to the SRC lady has to do with students not eating. Should I recommend to the government to give one free meal a day? Okay, some free meals. Would it be good to have free meals in public universities? One free meal a day?
It looks not feasible.
Yeah.
It looks not feasible. But you see, maybe other things could be explored to make students a bit relief in order to cater for these basic needs. We are not necessarily calling on government to provide meals to, because most of them at this time they are in the youth class and are doing some side business. So we are not calling for that, but if there are other avenues that could be explored, if some fees could be reduced coming from other stakeholders' view, then we can, we can.
All right. Bisma, how about you? Can you speak about the Student Loan Trust, who are supposed to have desk officers in all universities? The issue of high cost of fees.
Nooks is doing something great with this. A lot of students call me and they start asking about this student's loan. I don't know, but it seems most students are not getting their loans on time. And Nooks is running a campaign to make sure that, and to the president of Nooks, he's doing very, very, very good. Dennis Labi. I love him from afar. I mean, what he's doing is so great. He calls all the SLC presidents or executives and say that, guys, let's do this for our people. He's doing so great. Not because I'm on air or something, but he's doing so great.
Okay.
So we should find these loans actually help if let
If
me
they can
use,
come on time.
yeah.
Okay.
If they come on time.
The whole idea is it must come on time.
Of course.
All right.
So I mean, the desks on campus should be activated if they are
So
not.
activate the desks for student loan trust so that the money comes on time.
Of course.
Message here on kiosks, people living in kiosks. How can someone whose salary is 5 or 700 cedis a month afford to rent by paying 200 cedis a month for 2 years advance payment? As a nation, because of dirty politics, we can't concentrate by continuously building affordable houses. Myself, I live in a wooden kiosk because of a poor salary from where I work. Are we going forward or backward as a nation? That's Eric Finn in Awoshi. More messages. We need more education on ulcer to save our lives. We had a conversation on ulcer this morning, correct? Truth be told, government should stop gambling with the future of children in this school. If the Ministry of Education is not up to task, it should walk the talk or stop the talking. Our tertiary students are going through a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, true. People are still talking about the divorce issues. We left that conversation yesterday. Problem of Ghana is leadership. At a point in time, we were manufacturing so many things, you know, and then you are voting for Kennedy Japan to be president. Cyril is giving you fans. Emanuela says you're beautiful and sound smart.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
University, Cyril. All right, Nanaya. GES should explain what they mean by illegal fees by the head of Fiji Secondary School. Was he collecting fees to help solve problems in the country? Well, there's an investigation, so let's see what happens. Good morning, everybody. Somebody wants to get on our show. Send a message and our producers will get in touch with you. Okay, more messages. It's true. Students like myself eat once per day, sometimes Gary only. Bilawa Felix Bijabayin, UG student, Kaswa. Gary is people sell Gary on campus.
Yeah.
It's a popular staple, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's one guy, Gary Vibes, on our campus.
It's called Gary Vibes.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Oh, he's doing so great. I mean,
that's a smart guy. Because people Gary Vibes.
Yeah. He adds a lot of taste to it, vanilla, strawberry to the Gary. So when you come, I mean, you come off.
No, I want to come to campus.
Of course.
Gary Vibes.
Yeah.
So what are the flavors?
A lot. He has chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and
so just add water and you're good to go.
Just water. And it comes in packages or parts already. So
I like the name. I tasted Gobeguchi in Osu recently. I loved it.
Oh,
now I'm hearing Gary Vibes.
Oh, you go there?
Yeah, why not? Gobeguchi was like we were going to vote at the election.
A queue, a very long
30 minutes long queue. And lawyers and engineers
and
things, they put their tie aside and they came.
So we students, we wait when they are, I mean, because they are seniors, lawyers and business.
But you're hungry too.
Of course. But you still had that Gobe around and you went to
but I was in the queue. To me, I was in the queue and I went and ate.
Oh, okay.
It was nice.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, Gobeguchi. Powerful. All right. Is it a fact that the student ladies are dressing to kill?
Oh, no, please. You see, that conversation may be interesting because we are not even talking about they are dressing to lectures. Mm-hmm. People are growing in the universities. And aside lectures, they have other things to do.
Okay.
And I think we should even encourage them to appear nice, isn't it?
Exactly.
But to afford how much you think you can. Just go for what you can afford. There is no need going for something you cannot afford and end up not paying for your fees.
Okay.
But if genuinely the person can afford, by extension, maybe parent support.
Why not?
Or
how's betting? How's big is the issue of betting in campus?
They will do justice. They do a lot.
Of course.
GIJ the bet pan.
I wouldn't say Jay, I would say the youth.
The youth are betting.
I was happy and sad when I heard the news.
The 10%?
Yeah, the 10% is too much for the investors. Yeah, investors.
How much should they make it?
5-2 is okay. 2%. They should take the other to the betting company because betting company.
And they should tax the betting companies.
They are
more.
making a lot of money in Ghana.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
I tried betting once.
Okay.
And I stopped. So I mean.
You didn't win anything.
Real Madrid just scored one goal. Just one goal. Real Madrid against. I think Villarreal or something. Just one goal. So that day I was like, no.
How much were you going to win if you had scored that one goal?
So it was 5,000 something.
You're going to win 5,000.
And that was my first and last.
And how much did you put inside?
Was it 100 or something like
100
that? A couple of.
Okay.
Oh, the 100 is chicken chain to some people.
What are people betting on?
5,000, 7,000.
Their school fees, and then they'll come to SLC and say, give me money.
So it comes to that. But not everyone who comes to SLC bets and all that.
I
So
did.
we probe before we give out
Before you
this
prove.
money.
Okay, all right. Well, Bismarck Owusu-Ansah is the SRC president for Unimac GIJ. Unimac stands for University of Media,
Yeah.
Arts and Communication.
Of course,
So
yeah,
this
okay.
they would have taken my degree away from me if I hadn't done that. And Emanuela Boachi-Yadom is the SRC General Secretary for the University of Ghana. Both institutions that I attended, very proud of.
You didn't add the nation's premium university.
The nation's
Oh,
premier university.
okay. They are here again.
And Africa's foremost communication.
Of course,
university.
the nation, we are Africa.
Africa. They come right together. Listen, you guys have been great. I've enjoyed the conversations. Thank you so much. Love to everybody on campus. I'll come there one of these days. I need to come and check out the Gary Vibes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And other businesses on campus, I'll come. I'll come and do a feature on student businesses. And I'll come and interview you guys. So give me all the leads. I'll come and visit all of them. All right. So our next conversation has to do with minerals. I'm sure gold will feature a lot. Did you know that James Fort was built 350 years ago, and it was a market for slaves and gold? That's something I found out today in the book I was reading. Today, we're looking at conversations in the mining industry, what the opportunities are, and our favorite man in terms of minerals issues is going to be here with Thelma. Mr. Martin Ayisi, CEO of Minerals Commission, here for that conversation. We have a conversation on the Global Crusade with Pastor Kumuyi, and episode sits down with Valerie for the last half hour. This is GTV Breakfast. Our WhatsApp number is Shri Enum 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 Insia Baku Shri Miensa Enai. Enjoy this feature.